folks, I just thought I'd try something a little bit different this afternoon, and yeah, try a little bit of YouTube live streaming. So I don't have a great deal of followers or channels on my YouTube yet, but I thought we could try and change that by doing a little bit of broadcasting live to YouTube. So here we go. So we're going to kick off with some Farming Simulator 17. Why not? So we're going to go and click through, and we're going to load up our first ever map that we ever played on, which was Bjornholm, and this was from Farming Simulator 15, a fantastic map on after playing many maps. It's nice to go back to original map that we played all those thousands of hours ago, and it's so cool to have the map just redone up for Farming Sim 17. So we've been doing a little bit of work on that over the last few days, and I'm just going to go through. I'm just checking all of my little mods out, and I've got a ton of mods. So yes, so we're just going to do a little bit. It's a bit of a test stream. So here we go. Do we want anything? Oh, I've got the Class Axions. I've got some nice gear. Anyway, we'll worry about all that later. We are using the Massey Ferguson old generation pack in Bjornholm. I thought it was a perfect opportunity to get in and actually have a little bit of a look on that and actually play with the generation. As you can see, so the MF old generation 1970 to 1990, so that's from Black Sheep Modding. And yeah, we just figured out that we'll use that one as our basis, and then of course we've got all the other Massey Ferguson pieces of equipment within that pack as well, which is absolutely wonderful. And then of course I do play, well, why don't we load up our little 265 as well. Those could be kind of fun as well. So let's start the game. There we go. We'll get some game music going on in the background, I think, just to make a little bit of background noise, actually, rather than just the general sounds of the wilderness. So yes, my name's KJ, and this is my world of farming. I'm a bit of a Twitch streamer as well, so I was thinking about doing some farming sim on YouTube, just as a bit of a test, and just to see how we get on. So here we go. So we might actually just say something in the live chat. Say something. Good day, folks. Welcome to my stream on FS. Oh, FS 17. There we go. Right. Looking all good. So the live chat is all up and running. The stream's all up and running, and I'm getting emailed from left, right, and centre. Let's hope it's good news. There we go. What's going on? No, nothing. Nothing of as important. Here we go. Right. Well, there we go. So we'll just have a quick look around just to see what needs to be done. Well, there we go. So we've got our little 675 in here. That's a great little tractor. Recently just bought some weights on the front, so it's going to help out with its balance a little bit. And we've got a few mods in here that's going to be beneficial to running on the farm. So where did we get up to on here? Ah, here we go. We got our first tractor doing some seeding with the... I'm not even sure what tractor we got on here. What have we got on here? We've got our 699 with our old school Massey Ferguson seed drill on the back there. So let's jump into there. We're going to set a worker up on him. Let's get some lights going for him. We'll just back him up a little bit. There we go. So he's away. Let's flick on through to our 3000. We've got a bit of a cultivator on the back of him. Let's start him off. So the same field, 2 tractors, going all rather well. Liking all this little pieces of equipment very much. There we go, he's all away. The other tractor's probably going to catch him up, so we'll see. We might have to pause him for a moment. There we go, he's turning himself around a little bit better now. Now, of course, let's go to our big guy. This is the biggest tractor on the farm. This is the top of the line 7700 from Massey Ferguson. Chalking up around 280 horsepower, so more than large enough to cater for all the farming fields and what we have on right now. Love this guy. I love all the Massey Ferguson range tractors. Mind you, I'm a huge lover of all sort of large machinery and small machinery on the farm, really. So, but I'm more biased towards Massey Ferguson and Ford and New Holland, because that's the tractors that I grew up with back on the farm when I was actually working on the farm. There we go. Let's see how that is doing. Yeah, he's turning around alright. We've given this particular field a bit of a headland, and to give the tractor a little bit more turnaround room. The workers on Farming Sim 17 are not the smartest of workers, we can say that, and anybody who's played Farming Sim will actually know that the workers are, yes, not the smartest of guys. So we've got soybeans going in all of the fields. We'll may do another field of wheat, because we are stocking up some bales in preparation of getting some dairy cows. We don't have any animals yet on this farm yet, so that's the next stage, and we'll need some more machinery for that. We will go and hire a big trailer and go and take some crops to the sale point to increase our funds in the bank. In fact, I do have to go and pay the bank loan off. I dread to think what that bank loan is. Let's go and have a little look, shall we? Loan is 50,000. Well, let's repay. Right, save the game. So we've now officially paid back all of the money that we owe to the bank. So very happy about that. Yes, it did cost us 50,000, but it's done and done. So we're not going to be charged any more interest or anything else on that. So very happy on that. Now, where are the harvesters up to? I just want to make sure that they are all hunky-dory. Yep, he's all good. And he's all good, yep. Nice, nicely done. And of course we've got our little baler there. Well, I say little baler, it still does a 4,000 litre bale. It's just not as modern as some of the other balers that are actually on the game. But it does the job very, very nicely. And it doesn't require a huge amount of horsepower either. So that works very, very well for us as well. Now, let's have a look and see how much store we've got of each of the crops. We've done a few cycles now. What have we got? We got 52,000 litres of soybeans, and we've got 32,000 litres of wheat. They're sitting in our bins there, so that's quite good. So we're going to sell a bit of that. We are getting still quite a good price for soybeans. We're getting quite a lot for canola as well, but we've got to go find out where a couple of these other got the grain elevators and everything else. But yeah, we're still getting some good money for soybeans, and that'll be the plan in a while. Once we've got everything seeded and fertilised and everything else, we will go and go make some more money. And what's the next thing we're going to do? Oh yes, this little guy over here. This is our little 5600, our 5613. Right now on spraying duty, so we're quite happy having this little fella doing the spraying. I do enjoy a little bit of spraying now and again. Here we go. We'll get this guy ready into position. It's not going to take long to do all the fields at the moment. Here we go. I think he's almost done with that. Let's just park this old little fella up on this side. There we go. So he's out of the way. I'm notoriously bad at getting in the way of myself with other machinery. I'm just leaving machinery in the path of other pieces of gear, and it's really, really frustrating. Now, how are we doing on this side of the field? We've all done on this side of the field, I think. Oh, there's a couple of little parts there that we could probably do. Yeah, we've got a couple of little bits that we need to tidy up there, which we can do once we've got the bulk of the work done. So just sort of having a run around the fields there, just making sure that everything is looking good. So a couple of passes and this larger field that we own is going to be all sorted. So, in fact, what we can do, we can jump into this tractor and we'll beam across. Oh yeah, you are doing all rather nicely. Here we go. He's going to drop himself down in there, so that's all absolutely brilliant. There we go. We will eventually get some larger cultivators. We do have a slightly larger one, but that's tractor needed to pull that is doing some seeding. It's the big 7700, but we'll eventually get, you know, all the tractors upgraded, a little bit more powerful, but I do want to keep a few of the smaller ones around because they just really, really rock. Right, let's have another sip of coffee. Okie dokie. Now, done. Right, let's a few more passes to get this guy done, so we'll leave him to it. Let's go to the yeah, that's the perils of workers actually getting himself tangled up in a tree. We will go and sort these trees out eventually. Let's just get you all backed up there. There we go. And there we go. So a couple more passes. We'll sort this field out. Then we'll get on to doing the top corner field with a bit of wheat, and then the bottom two fields again with some more soybeans, just so we can keep on bringing the money in a little bit stronger on that. So yes, always lots to do on the farm. All right, let's excuse me, dear, I've got the old frog in the throat this evening, or this afternoon I should say. It's currently 1:25 in the afternoon for us. We are over in New Zealand, beautiful little country, although it is raining and hounding outside, so I thought it was a perfect opportunity just to jump on and try a little bit of YouTube streaming. And I figured, well, why not? Why not? Why are we not turned on? That's the other thing that we've got to make sure. I thought I did. I thought I did turn the old fella on, but obviously not. So, okay, let's restart the line again. There we go. Yeah, it's definitely on. Definitely on now. There we go. Now, after this little pastime, there was a couple of little areas of this field that we needed to tidy up, I think, just round to the left of us where we were from now. Here we go. Let's roll along the side. Let's see whether we can't find those couple of little spots. Yeah, I think it was around here, I believe. Yeah, get those sorted out. Let's go and have a quick look see on the other side. I think as long as the majority of the field is done, I'll be happy with that. Talking about being happy, let's swing around. Right, well hopefully that's taken care of. The other thing that we can do, just to make doubly sure that we've all got it all seeded and planted, we can go and have a look at our overview map. There we go. And we're on field 30 of course, so that's our little green arrow pointing there where our tractor is, and our implement looking good. So that's the whole field sorted out there. Nice. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're just going to go down to the bottom field. We've got 2 more fields to do. Here we go. Let's just back up a little bit and drop the machine implement into the ground. Wunderbar. Now then, that's going to do for this side of the field. Let's just raise you up, and we might just do another little pass back up the other way, and then that way when we set the worker up again there's going to be plenty of room for him to turn around. And it's in a tiny little field, this one, so it's not going to take very much work to do at all. Oh, for Lord's sakes, I forgot to turn the machine on again. I must reassign my buttons on my steering wheel actually. There we go. Right, let's wind up. Let's try that again then, shall we? There we go. Tidy up this end of the field, then we'll start the guy going backwards and forwards across the length of the field, which is kind of the optimum way of doing it. Steady as she goes. Let's just take it steady there. There we go. Done and done. Well, there we go. That's looking good from there. So the other thing to do, we do need to go and get our fertiliser. And there we go. Let's get this guy opened up. Of course, we do need to get everything fertilised. It increases our crop yield no end. Fertilising and ploughing and everything else. We haven't got a plough at the moment, so we haven't done very much ploughing yet, but we will get on to that in the not too near distant future. Again, we're just going to give a bit of a headland on the top of the field and go round to the bottom of the field and do that as well. Because the sprayer is so wide, the worker pays no attention to it when he comes to turn around doing the top and the bottom of the field, so he generally tends to get caught up all the time with larger implements like that. So that's why we're just going to go through and just go round and make sure that all of the little areas are. I'm going to give them room. There we go. Line it up a bit straighter. Of course, we've got the little field 38 at the top of the field, so we're going to go and deal with that. We might take the big tractor up there and go and get that sorted out. Once these couple of fields are done down at the bottom here, then we'll be good to go. And yeah, what we'll do is we'll just do up to there. It's back. There we go. Here we go. So up we go. We're going to get this little section of the field done first, and then that way we won't have to worry too much about the trees at the base. They will all be removed, and we'll start a tree planting process at some stage where we can go by and convert all the trees to wood chips or biofuel or whatever. So that's something that we can look at doing certainly on the next few sessions of the game. So again, tonight or this afternoon, this is just a bit of a test really, just trying to get in, see where we are looking at on doing some YouTube streaming, and hopefully we'll get a bit of a response anyway. Well, that's the plan anyway. All these things take a bit of time to come into play and everything else. As I say, you can find me on Twitch as well. I'll put a link up in there if anybody wants to come and find me on Twitch. We do streaming every night New Zealand time on Twitch. Of course, we're also going to be doing some live streaming on YouTube as well, just to see if we can't grow my channel a little bit. There we go. So it would be good if people are coming in, please comment and subscribe, and just to say hello, leave a comment there, jump in chat, say hello. I'm always open to having a few folks coming in and saying hello, and etc, etc. Here we go. Now if we put a worker on there, we should continue with that field without too many hassles actually. I think I've left sufficient overhang on the right of the sprayer to join up with that last line. Just we might come back and do, yeah, we might have to come back and do a line in the middle there, but that's alright, we can deal with that. We know where it is, so that's all good. Right, let's see if we can't get some more coffee into us. Now then, let's go and have a look at the other guys. I think the big massey should be done by now. Yep, you are done. So let's move you back up to another field so we can actually get utilise all our pieces of machinery quite efficiently, and sort of the busiest times are just after the harvesting, when we're trying to get everything all together and all worked out, seeded and harvested. It's always good to utilise the gear the best you can. Where are we going? We're going... Yeah, let's start this end of the field. Let's just drop you down in there. Again, we're just going to give a bit of a top and tail on... I don't think we even need to. I think we should actually be alright on going up this way the length of the field. I think we're going quite feeding away. So let's put up a worker on that. There we go. Messages coming in left, right and centre. Alright. Now then, where are we up to on this? Yeah, let's go. Let's go and jump into the big 7700. There we go. And what we can do is, what we're going to do, let's stay off the field the best we can. There we go. and we can go over to this, and then we're going to swap. We're going to do some wheat in this field rather than soybeans, because we do need the bales for it. This is a nice little field to get a few bales out of every time that we go through over and do this. So there we go. Let's sort the top end of the field out. There we go. We'll just have to watch out for this other chappy here. There we go. And let's see, we try not to go off the edge of the field there. There we go. Probably going to cross wheat in this field, so this will give us probably around another 23-24 bales. We've already got about 46 bales or thereabouts. Not a huge amount, but it's certainly going to be enough to sort of get us going, to get some bedding down. And of course what we do need to do is make some silage and etc, etc. So what we're going to need, silage, we're going to need some grass and or hay. So that's going to be sort of the next stages over the next couple of weeks, really getting this farm sort of productive again and sort of turning over some regular income every 24 hours. Right, let's go. Two hands on the job there. Well, there we go. What we need to do now is almost ready for the worker, and we'll just get this little corner sorted out. Oh, that little tank is empty on that. We'll go and deal with those in a moment. Let's just get this couple of passes done. I think helper E is out of, the tank is empty, let's just say that. Let's try not to run into the tree. Alright, the sprayer's nearly done with his little job. That's really good, so we'll get him working on the next field, this one in a few moments. But we do need to go and address the little seeder on the 699, because that will need refilling before we can finish that field. So we'll run over and we'll do that. We'll bring him back up to the yard. We've got a couple of seed points and refill points. Not free at the moment, but it will be enough, I'm sure, just to get going. Not a huge cost, is what I'm trying to say anyway. Now what we'll do here is, if we just do a little bit of a line here. Let's turn you on, there we go. We'll have this just trimmed on the left side, so when we go back with a full pass on the other side, we will be able to hopefully get the rest of the field done with the worker. He's got plenty of seed in this old beast. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see how this guy does it. If there's a little strip that needs to be done, then that's no worries. We can deal with that without any issues at all, really. There we go. So let's go. Let's turn you off for the moment. There we go. Let's put you over there for a minute. Let's tuck you out of the way. Because we do need to go and do you. We do know that. But let's just go and do the first job at hand. Which is getting this guy filled up. We've got a little bit to do on the last of this field that we're in here. Field 23. So around up the top here, in our little main yard here, And it is only a small yard. Let's let's come back. There we go. Right, another 500 litres of seed. And what we can do, we'll go back down and pick up where we last left off. I don't know whether we need to do a bit of a tidy up around the headlands or not. Just double checking, just to make sure that we're not missed anything out on the headlands here. Here we go. Now we should have enough width to finish up what we've been doing here. There we go. Nice speed for this little seeder actually. It is really quite a nice, not a bad width, and yeah, it's purring along beautifully. Right, so what we'll do, we'll carry on going this way. We'll just get the last of those little ridges done to the right, as you can see, towards the edge of the field. You can get my words out straight this afternoon. So that is all good. And then, of course, we've just got a little bit more to do just on that back edge towards the other end. So let's raise you up. There we go. There we go. A little bit of cruise control action on there, so that's all good. Number 3, and you can control your cruise control speed by using 1 and 2 on your keyboard there. It's very, very handy, especially when you're doing corn carting and things that want to roll next to the harvester. You can just tap your cruise control button and then adjust the speed of the harvester, which is usually around 10 kilometers an hour. So you can sort of match your speed up there, and then you're good to go. Right, let's go around the top end of the field. I think we're just about done on here actually. And we will need to come and fertilise this, so we'll sort that out in a moment. Anyway, right, so that's that little field done. Let's go and... almost forgot, I was going to go and just top that up again. There we go. Didn't need too much. Yeah, we've got soybeans in here, so that's all good for that. And we'll start this little fella around about here. Nice. Okay, so that's that little fella sorted, and let's go into our 3000, and then of course our 7700. So we do have tiny bit to do on this field. Probably another 2 or 3 passes. This field will be done. We'll get them fertilised, and then yeah, I think we'll just call it in. After all, this is only a little test session, so let us know what you guys think. Please post your comments and everything else, and subscribe. That would be awesome. And yeah, again, I am on doing a bit of stuff on Twitch as well, so that's twitch.tv /KJ Husson, my name on there, so my name should be around on here somewhere anyway. So KJ and the Husson, but I'll put the link up there as well, because that's always a good thing to know about as well. Alright, so yes, probably another 3 passes on here to get this guy going, and what we'll do is, yeah, we'll may as well get this guy out as well, because he's still got a little bit of work to do on that top field there, because we missed out that little patch in the middle there. I think we can just about see it from here actually. Here we go. Right, let's get the old sprayer working for us. Let's get some lights on the go. So just in case we missed around the edges, and of course we've got that little strip up the middle there as well, and we've got a couple of fields to do after the corn, after the wheat's been planted. Then we've got those 2 soybean fields down at the bottom to do as well, and the last field to do is up field 38, so that shouldn't take too long to do either, and then we'll be done. That'll be all the little jobs that needs to be done on this particular session anyway. I think that's just about everything done for this one. Let's switch the channel. There we go. Right. This is in-house game music, so I think we're going to be safe from all of the copyright there. Well, hopefully we are anyway. I don't want to upset anybody too much anyway. Sort of on the first stream we piss so many people off. Let's try not to do that then, shall we? Oh, excuse me, dear oh dear. Now what have we done? Let's look at the fertilising status of everything. Oh yeah, we need to pretty much do everything. There we go. So alright, let's unfold this old girl, and there we go. Yeah, we've got plenty of fertiliser left in the soil. 2 tanks. We've got twin tanks on this Amazon. It's quite a nice setup actually. I really do like this little fertiliser setup on this. Here we go. It's only going to take about 3 passes to do this field. We've got quite a wide machine working away for us on here. Here we go. Or maybe 4, 3 and a bit, I think. Alright, I think that's just about taken care of. Might do a quick pass around the edges just to make sure that we've fertilised everything on the field. We want to sort of maximise the yields as best as we can. And of course the better the fertiliser rate on that, the bits so down there, the more that we're going to get as far as yield goes, and more yield means more money. Here we go, let's swing around there for the last pass. There we go. Looking good to getting these 2 fields done. We've got to go down and do the bottom field as well. Again, that shouldn't take too long. Do 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 do. Alright, so let's go and get this chappie filled up again. It's probably got enough to do the next field, but we'll just keep them filled up as and when we go, so we're not having to constantly chase back round. And while we're passing the farmyard, we may as well I keep forgetting which one is which. Which is, I always forget which one is which. Alright, let's go to the front tank first. There we go. Done and done, there we go. Excellent. So what we can do, we'll actually start this side of the field. Do a bit of, oh, there we go. Do a bit of the headline. Let's get up over the mount there. There we go. We don't want the machine to ground itself on the side of the... In fact, we can possibly move that up a little bit. There we go. Okay, let's make a move. There we go. And of course we're going to get in and make sure that we can get all of the edges done as well. I do occasionally sometimes forget on that. Well, we're going to always put a worker on this. It's probably the size of the field you can actually get away with a worker on, being slightly larger than the other fields. Here we go, we'll run to the end of the field now, then should be okay. We will double check on that in a moment. Nice, we're just about okay on there. Where's the 3,000? There we are. In fact, this fella can go back to the yard. We're happy with that. Just about done all the work that we needed to do with this guy. I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. I don't know who wrote or performed this song, but it's actually a really, really, really cool song. Yeah, we'll pop this old girl over here for the moment, just in case. I don't think we'll need him for anything else other than what he's been doing. So let's pop on over to our big girl here. There we go. So that field technically is all done. So what we'll do is we'll go and swap over. We'll go and put soybeans in that last field, just over the top round here. It's not very far away. There we go. There should be enough to get this entire field done with what's left on the load on that. Well, that's what I'm hoping anyway. We do have a little bit. Well, we've got 1,700. I'm sure we'll have loads to keep going with that. Anyway, let's zoom in a little bit closer. There we go. Let's get a worker onto this. There we go. So soybeans going into here. Not a bad little size field. All the little fields help to make up for a good yield anyway. We should be alright anyway. Alright, so leave that fella there. So a bit of spraying to do on this chap. Again, it shouldn't take too long. We've got quite, as I say, we've got quite a large boom on the Amazon, so we can take quite big chunks on the fields that are going. Now then, let's just see. Down and down on that, yep, so about 2 more passes and I'll believe that this will be completely done. Alright, well maybe 3, okay. Maybe 4, okay, I thought thought it was bigger than what it really is. Anyway, let's leave that going to it. And come on, little 600, you can do it. The old 699 purring away beautifully like that. You can hear the old engine purring away really nicely. They did have a nice sound to them, the old Perkins engines, I must admit. Oh, we've still got a bit of seat left in there. We've still got about 295 litres left. That's going to be, should be more than enough to do what we're going to do. Once we're done with this, we'll just go and park there, go back, and then the last thing that we need to do is a little bit of fertilising, and we might just treat ourselves to an old school fertiliser spreader from Massey as well, because I'm absolutely in love with these guys at Black Sheep Modding. These guys do some really good mods. So if you haven't checked them out, go into Google and just go and type in Black Sheep Modding and go and check this stuff out on there. They've done some awesome stuff. But right now my favourite modding pack from those guys is the Massey Ferguson pack, and yeah, I highly recommend everybody goes and checks it out. That's if you're a Massey Ferguson fan, of course. If you're not, and I can't tempt you, oh well. Well, you tried. Now, what have we got here? We've got a couple of missed passes here, don't we? Okay, so let's just tidy those up a little bit. Here we go. Alright, let's lift you up from the ground as well. Let's tidy you up a little bit. Let's just have a quick look just to make sure that we are all done on this field. There's probably a little bit around the outside that we can do. As I say, just tidying up a little bit, just making sure that we've all got our lines all sorted out and maximising the use of all of our fields. Okay, now let's just go and have a look. The edges should be all good, I'm pretty sure, but where the turnaround points are, he may have missed a couple of passes. So we'll just double check and make sure. That will do, I think. That will do. Of course, we're leaving a bit of a mark in the field with this old girl. Oh well, a bit of a guideline there. Anyway, right, let's switch back to wheat. I just want to make sure this top field over here is all just about done. I think we missed a bit of a line in through here. I don't quite know whether we can. I think we're going to be stuck with it because we haven't cultivated that, and this little girl doesn't have a cultivator on it. Alright, so we are going to have to bring back the big one back down after we've done that seed in there. So that's alright, so we'll work on that when we get back from doing field 38 anyway. I figure there may be a couple of bits to do on that. So anyway, so let's roll them back down to the farm. Let's get this old seeder dropped off. And what we can do, we can also steady as she goes. There we go. Oh, get the steering right. So get the steering sorted out. And we'll just chuck this in the barn for a minute. There we go. Oh. Drop it down, there we go. And what we'll do, we're going to grab the little 675. I think this next little job will be perfect for this little 675. And what's the 5600 doing? Oh, we're just about done anyway. Well, let's fold you. In fact, before we do anything, let's just make sure that it's all done. So let's go to our. Yeah, that all seems to be done. Nicely done. Right, going back to the 675. Here we go. Let's go and grab this little fella. So we are heading down to the sales centre, basically, the agricultural sales, and we are going to pick ourselves up a very old fertiliser spreader, sort of just to map into the old generation pack from something from the 70s, I think. There we go. And if we just come to around about here, there we go. Go to our purchasing, and if we go and have a look at our fertiliser spreaders, there we go. There we go. What a classic thing, we're going to buy that one. And a perfect little job for this little Massey tractor. Almost a little bit too small for this one. It would actually be more suited on the little 260 maybe, but I think that'll be alright for the moment. So right, back up to the main farm. Let's go and get our brand new little fertiliser spreader all sorted out. Right, let's not try and look at everything other than the screen, because I'll end up crashing. Something I always seem to do, I always end up leaving machinery in front of other machinery, or if I'm trying to look at chat or anything else, I generally tend to veer off. So we'll try and keep the eyes on the road, Mr. Husson. Yes, eyes on the road. Now then, let's sneak into our fill points. So round to the right we're going to go. There we go. Round to the right. And there we go. Let's see about... Oh, steady, 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 steady. Oh nice, it's got an open top tank on that. There we go, done and done. So we're going to get, how much is this going to take? 500 litres. Oh, it should be more than enough to cover a little bit of ground with this. There we go. Oh wow, that's got quite a nice spread on it. That's much wider than what I thought it was going to be. Brilliant. Very, very, very cool. That does mean it's going to empty out within seconds, but that's all good. So hopefully, probably already done a bit of this field anyway, I believe, with the sprayer, so there may be a bit of overlapping on that, but let's just see how he gets on. I'm really quite impressed with that, actually. Top work for old school equipment, anyway. Yeah, now, if we go back to our little fella here, there we go. So we've got to go and do the couple of top fields. Where we go, we may as well fill this guy up again, because we've got a couple of fields to do. I'll tell you what we'll do. No, we'll do the wheat field first, and then if we need to, we'll come back and finish up and get a refill after that, I think, because we can always drop down. We're not very far away. I mean, the fields that we're operating with are in very close proximity. And we think we're done on the 699. Let's see on that. There we go. Well, very, very happy with the result of that little fertiliser spreader. It's absolutely awesome. The only thing about it is it is quite small, so we don't have to. We are going to have to fill it up rather often with some of the larger fields. But it's never going to be designed for the huge 100-acre fields, is it? It's always going to be designed for exactly what we're using it for. Right, I need to be right back. Be right back. Right, we'll be right back after the nature break. All right, yeah, sorry about that. I was had to. Well, never mind. Never mind. Okay, so back to the game. Where are we? We are going to go back into here. There we go. So we've got 2 more fields to fertilise. Where are you? Oh yeah, I know where you are. In fact, I reckon. Oh no, we've got to go this way. We've got to go this way, otherwise we get a bit caught up because we'll have to go. Yeah. Let's go and get another round of fertiliser. I think we're almost going to be done with that top field as well. So let's go and fill up, and between the two, the sprayer and the little fertiliser, there we go. Here we go. We may as well, yeah, we'll go and grab this one now. We're going to take this one up to the top field, and then once that's, should hopefully be enough. If not, it's not a big issue. We'll just roll around and just come back down and just refill. But I think the way that it's got quite a large spread on here, and it can go quite quickly to cover the large amount of field quite quickly. So fingers crossed it's going to be perfect to do the field. But it'll be a good test route, I think, just to see how far it does last. I think. There we go. So here we go. So if we go hire the worker, and then of course if we come back to our 7700, here we are. And I do think we've got a couple of areas to do on the on that last little field before we start fertilising with the sprayer, and we do need to go back to wheat for that field before we forget. It wouldn't be the first time I've forgotten to change the seed type on my machines, and we've ended up with dual crops, which has been most annoying. And there we go. Right, let's race down to this other field right at the top there. I think there's a bit of an edge to do just round the edges, and where we've sort of misaligned where the worker's gone. Alright, so we've still got plenty of seed in here, so we don't need to worry about refilling or anything. So let's unfold it. And drop you down, turn you on, and of course a little bit of run around the outside of the field. Will all be good. And then of course the last little job to do for this particular field will be to get some fertiliser on it. So we'll use the sprayer for that, seeing as the other little fertiliser spreader up around on field 38 is whirring away there. We will just take full advantage of our other sprayer unit. I'll call Amazon with our little massive, well I say little massive, it's still 130 horsepower, that little sprayer tractor, so it's still reasonable. Right, so I think we're just about done on there. We do have the advantage of having a cultivator on this particular tractor. Not all seed drills do have cultivators on them, and the ones that do, we can actually go straight in after the harvest because it will cultivate the soil first. But my other two seeders don't have cultivators on them, so we have to cultivate the fields first. Let's just make sure that there we go. I think that's just about everything done here. I'm pretty sure that that field is completely and utterly seeded to the maximum right now. Oh, right, let's fold this old machine up. And we can park you just about there because we need to jump into our other little messy here. Got some lights on the subject matter. There we go. Here we go, and let's start the spraying process. Shouldn't take too long. Again, what we'll do is we'll just roll this little corner out to begin with, and then we'll get a worker sit back up on what we need to do, because then that way we can go and pick up the other tractor from field 38 and bring that back down to the yard. And then that will conclude sort of my first live streaming session on YouTube. So fingers crossed everybody that views the channel will enjoy it. Will certainly enjoy checking it out anyway. And yeah, please subscribe, please comment, and give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, as I do know a lot of folks do have valid opinions on what should be going on in the channel. So, but my aim is just to enjoy myself playing a little bit of Farming Sim, and then hopefully bring some knowledge of Farming Sim to the community. So that's all my intentions are, because I absolutely love playing this game. I'm completely addicted to this game. Farming Sim 15, 17, and probably 19 when it finally comes out. Probably at the same time the new season of Game of Thrones comes out. I think it's going to be 18 months to 24 months before we get to see the next episode, so that's a bit gutting really, isn't it? Right. Here we go, let's get rid of that now. We're going to do another quick pass back down. Oh, steady. Slow, boy, slow, slow. That's all good there. We don't need to re-fertiliser over there, but we do need to just match up this side of the field, so then when we set the worker, he's got half decent guide to work through from where we last left off. So I reckon somewhere around about there. Alright, so that's looking good. Alright, let's turn you off around about there. Let's get the worker on from there. So we should have straight runs for the worker from there on in. There we go. Now, oh, I think have we completely done the field? I think if we've completely done the field with that one run, then we'll be very, very happy with that actually. Let's see. Oh yeah, field 38 is well and truly done. Brilliant. Okay, so yeah, we've got to go and do the 169 litres left. Alright. We might go and waste those on that top field where the sprayer is working away, because that might be a good, nice way to finish off the session there, just to empty out this little tank here. Alright, there we go. Let's see whether we can't shed some light on this. A great speed on it as well. Certainly an efficient way of doing the fertilising, I must admit. Whoa. Yeah, there we go. Hopefully the sprayer tractor should be just about done there, because if he's putting another part on, oh, so be it. Yeah, we run out about that. Well, we knew we were going to run out, really. So we'll just grab the sprayer tractor. And just finish off that last part on there. We'll leave this little fella round about here next to his big brother. Now then, what are we doing? Group 1. Alright, so there we go. So let's add a little bit more fertiliser as we go on. Of course, half the speed. Not quite double the distance, but oh well. Last little bit to go. There we go. And we'll just come up round. Just tidy up anything that's going on with the headlands there, which I'm sure we've done already. So I think we're going to do well on this. Of course, you know, the next versions of Farming Sim and modding, and I think we can do. We can actually block the sprayers off, you know, into sections, so the left, right, and the middle, because we are wasting a little bit there on the middle and on the left side as well. Well, right. Well, that just about concludes my first session live on YouTube. So, so hopefully, for those who are going to watch it, give me a bit of a follow. That would be freaking awesome, or a bit of a subscribe. Hope you like it. Hopefully there's going to be more to come. This is, as I say, a bit of a test run on my first official stream live on YouTube. So hopefully everybody enjoyed it, and yeah, we will catch everybody up on the next one. Alrighty, folks. We'll see you later. Take care, everybody. Bye.